go. Crash and flow.
I met a. I still got this cough. I met a glass blower, and he was talking about it, the same way. And I was just like, oh man, a different version of me would have like, you blow glass, But he was talking about it as art and like it's a journey, and I was like, oh yeah, see, that's 40 years me versus 30-year-old me.
Yeah,
big difference.
Back in the day, though, glass blowing was required. Like people needed to. People needed vessels in which to put things in, and there was no other way to do it, I feel, except for them doing it that way.
I wonder if glass blowing is as old as glass work. Is glass...
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably,
I'm
right?
pretty sure.
This is how little we know about glass. It used to be cutting edge, no pun intended. At one point, they were like, guys, have you heard of glass?
Yeah, but now they're the guys who want to type on a typewriter instead of a laptop, I feel like.
Yes, I've seen those people.
I don't know shit about glass blowing. I don't know if this is an accurate analogy, but it feels like there's other ways to do glass. You no longer need a big long pipe and blow into a bubble of glass. I don't think so. I think there's another manufacturing process, but they're like, hey, look, it's like digital, like photographers that still want to shoot with film.
Right.
It's
just purely for the art. Like no one's doing it for the. Oh, maybe I'm sure some people are, but for the most part, it's like hobbyists. Yeah, people.
Bro, no one's shooting as much as you like. No one's shooting a wedding with film. What are you gonna do? Sit in a corner and then have to take out your film and then replay? None of this makes any sense. The fact you're doing this for.
I'll tell you why they're doing it.
Yeah,
they're doing it so they can record themselves with a digital camera, saying like, "Look at this experience I was having," and then put it on a reel.
Yeah, basically that's it.
But glass blowing is a thing. But yeah, it's fun to shit on. I went in. I eventually was like, yeah, you look like a glass blower. This is a stand-up situation, so you get to say wild things to people.
Yeah.
He laughed. Everybody laughed. Calling somebody a glass blower is really fun.
I just imagine him wearing like a burlap apron or whatever.
He looked super normal.
Like leather.
Yeah. I was asking people what their hobbies are that are odd.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
beekeeping comes up. Glass
beekeeping
blowing
is fantastic. I would love that. That is.
Yeah.
Also, listen, if you're beekeeping, you're contributing to the ecology of your neighborhood. Right? So, I don't know. You can't shit on that. I mean, obviously, a comedian needs to shit on whatever. Yeah. But I'm just like, in my personal opinion, the glass blower and the beekeeper.
Oh, I couldn't shit on
even, not even in the same realm here.
I'd be like, I think we talked about, like, every time I'd be outside to see a bee, I'm like, is that my bee? Oh, no, that's not my bee. That's what I'd be like. I'd be all about bees.
That's a really good little bit.
Oh, yeah. And then he started talking about, like, hey, we're not going to jerk off to honey. I got to move on. And that was, whenever you can kind of put them down and call something about jerking off, people like it. And move on to the next one.
Yeah, so. That's good though. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, I think if I was a beekeeper, I'd be like, I wonder if I take care of this bee.
Is that my bee? That's not my bee. My bees don't buzz like that.
Man, if bees could be treated their beekeeper in a certain way, I feel like more people would do the beekeeping.
That's kind of what we need,
right? Humans. Because if you had like a little army of bees, I think that a lot of people would do it just for the god complex.
I wish we could domesticate much more animals like we do with dogs.
Yeah.
Like fish, bees.
Or not domesticate, just get an agreement.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're not going to domesticate bees, but like,
right.
I need you to show up every once in a while when wasps are around my picnic.
Right. And I'll leave some oranges out, my friends.
Right.
Exactly. No, I agree. There should be some agreement.
Some agreements. I would like that.
I feel like we'd break that agreement, but yeah.
Yeah, humans are notorious.
I just feel like we'd be the
they'd be like, we had an agreement, but I also needed to build this condo in your house. So, humans are not great.
But then they would team up with like the fish, and then you got a problem, right? You got to have a balance, checks and balances.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Man, animal agreements. Speaking of animals, you went to the African lion safari. And I gotta say. It doesn't take much for me to already I can see how rich people become snobbish, right? Just because they have access to more experiences.
Yeah.
And as a result, like when you went to African lion safari
in Hamilton, I went to Africa. Is it similar? Did you also?
I'm like, that's not a safari. Right. I saw the videos. I'm like, that's not a safari.
I was at the African lion safari with my family. I'm like, there's no black people working here. How are they calling this the African lion safari? Everybody's white or Indian.
That's true, right? At least when we went to the safari over there, you're being driven by Maasai people who are like, they're the tribe up the road.
Right. I have a suspicion you did have a different experience, man. Yeah, it's not the same. I paid $37 per person. Okay.
Yeah. Well, do you see anything interesting while you were there?
So this is the first time we paid for the bus, so everybody got on the bus because that way there's
so that's better.
Yeah, it's 11 of us. We're not gonna fit in the car.
Yeah.
So, pro tip: sit right at the front. Air conditioning's way better, and we had a great rider lady. Friggin'
So she knew
jokes.
her stuff. Oh.
Anything I would ask her that she didn't know, she would just make up. I was like, "Why is that rhino laying down?" She's like, "It has a prostate problem." I was like, "Go, Ashley, go!" It was a blast. We saw some bisons going at it, bro. Adolescent bison backing up and ramming each other, and my mom going like, "Why? Why are they doing that?" I was like, "No one knows, Mom. It's the wild." She's like, "What if they get hurt?" And I was like, "Yep." It's so funny.
I think that's I don't think that's the goal. It's just that they're trying to, because they're adolescent, right? So they're just trying it out.
Yeah, they just that's what they're doing. And we saw a monkey that had a hair problem and it didn't have a lot of hair.
Okay.
And she's like, "We called that the ugly monkey," and that was about it. She didn't tell us why. And
alopecia monkey.
And then
did it have muscles?
No, this monkey just looked like a friggin'.
It looked like it was
also like these things don't do anything here. They
Yeah,
just
that's
hang
true.
in. There's no need for this thing to have muscles.
Right.
So nothing really crazy. It was good for how many kids we had, and then got a $40 pizza.
Yeah.
And then we went to a snake show, which is kind of like just walk around with a snake.
Yeah.
Bring out an armadillo, bring out a bird. It's pretty cool. Yeah, ice cream, and that's about it. Nothing crazy, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up unless you asked. That's how crazy it wasn't. Sorry. I'll tell you something crazier. My softball team went 1-17. Something
1
crazy.
17, brother.
I think it's 1-15 to be honest. But it's.
Oh my god.
I've never, as a grown up, like I'm 41.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
haven't lost this consistently in a while.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, this is affecting. We were all like sitting around at one point. And I was like, oh no, this is how we feel. We feel like this. It's like we couldn't write it off as like, oh, it's just a small part-time thing we do.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Damn,
yeah.
dude.
So interesting, brother, that I went home and I went to my computer. I turned on my recorder.
Yeah.
I made a 10-minute video.
Yeah.
For my son to watch in the future.
On how you deal with loss.
I was like, hey, sometimes you don't even know why you're feeling this way. You should be able to write things off, but things should matter because you try. And I explained it to him with some analogies, some joke. That's how much it hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want you to watch this. It's not going to make sense if you're 10. You can watch it. 25, kind of. Watch it around 30 to 40. Like, apply this to life. And I told him, like, I was, that's how much it hurt me.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah.
Damn. You didn't do like any mid-season trades or anything like that?
You know what, man? We moved our order around. We tried to do some stuff. We got a one guy that was helping, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing we didn't do was this is a team that's built on having fun. And when you start losing, you don't have fun.
Yeah.
And I just realized, like, the game we won, Aslam brought samosas. We were like, samosas! But, like, that's kind of my job, too. Like, I'm the most probably upbeat guy on the team.
Yeah.
And I should have realized that way earlier to like, we just got to focus on having fun. Like the technicality, you're not going to get that much better at softball or baseball in your 30s and 40s, right?
Yeah.
This is not your... But yeah, and we should have just made it more fun and then, yeah, probably got in a lot better shape, to be honest with you. Like most of us are in bad shape, including myself. Like this is the least work I've done physically.
Right.
Yeah, I look lean, but this is not lean.
That's not a...
Yeah.
For you, brother, I know you for a long time.
Yeah.
You looking lean is not an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's just like, are you depressed or just, are you having trouble? Like, there's like 4 other things.
Like, that's not praiseworthy for Syed at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well, nonetheless, I mean, like, yeah, shift the focus, have some fun, get some samosas, whatever.
Yep.
Get some diced watermelon.
2 more games left in the season. I made a new goal. I'm just going to try to end the season above 600 in batting.
Yeah.
I'm at 600. Just
Okay.
like...
an achievable goal. Yeah,
it's an achievable goal. It's also in the top 15% of all batters. So
right.
Like,
so if you went to a batting cage, could you set it so that they pitch the way how they pitch in the like an arcing?
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah. Some of them actually have that, and it's super fun.
Yeah.
And then, have you ever tried to hit something going 90 miles per hour?
No.
It's hilarious how little shot you have of even touching it, let alone hitting it forward.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Just bringing the bat in a position where it has a chance of making a connection.
And making it go that way rather than going just like flying away. You're like, where'd it go? It's really very cool.
Yeah.
Like what 90 miles is.
Yeah.
And people hit those.
That is crazy. Sometimes you're watching on Instagram and it's a dude who's obviously a collegiate level or whatnot. And it's just pitch after pitch. And just his swing is so mechanical and hits it every bing.
I'm more impressed by that arm like some of these pitchers, they don't have a lot of pitches. They have like a fastball and a slider or something. It's a fastball and something that looks like a fastball at the beginning and that's something else at the end.
Yeah.
And these guys are just taking their rubbery arm and we're like, I'm only going to have this for 6 years.
Right.
And just throwing things 100 miles per hour over and everybody expects it.
Right.
When they come out, the song that plays is Wild Thing. They're the reliever. They only pitch 3 innings, and all they do is just throw things as hard as they can. It's a pretty maniacal job to have.
It's also crazy that a human has the ability to take something and throw it at 100 and something.
I know.
That's nutty, dude.
That's pretty crazy.
Like you see tennis and someone is like launching a tennis ball. I kind of get it though, right? Because like, you're using momentum. There's like a moment arm. You're using a racket. Right. The racket itself is spongy, like springy.
That's true.
So I can understand the mechanics behind it.
Right.
But the raw ability of a guy taking a small ball.
Yeah. Just a hard ball.
Yeah.
And just throwing real hard. Yeah, that's true actually.
And then hitting a target about yay big, like 1 foot by 1 foot.
Yeah, that's true. There's no strings involved or anything.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous.
It is pretty ridiculous that humans can do that.
Jeez. And sometimes they hit the batter.
That's on purpose, though, sometimes.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes...
they disrespect... The batter disrespects someone else.
Yeah, and then
then the pitcher knows...
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like everyone on the field knows that this guy's going to hit the batter.
It's going to be such a horrible... Because now the next time the other team goes up, if you're batting, you haven't done anything wrong.
Right.
But they're going to hit you now, right?
Yeah.
And now you're just like... And now they throw a straight. You're like, it's hard to... Yeah, man, it's crazy out there.
You've been watching the Olympics?
You know what? I just started like a couple of days ago. Okay. I don't know if right now, right before this podcast started, Novak Djokovic beat Carlos Alcaraz for the gold medal.
Okay.
And I recorded it specifically for you. I'm not gonna show. I'll show you after. Just
okay. I'm looking
this 39-year-old man, because he's done everything, right?
Yeah.
He's actually statistically. Even though most people love Federer way more, and Nadal even still more than Djokovic, and Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time just because he has the most majors. He's beat these guys that he's considered.
He's the guy who didn't want to take the
shot. Yeah. He had never won an Olympic medal. Never won the gold medal.
Yeah.
So like he won this and he like crumpled in on himself. He looked around, he's crying. So it was like it was good to see at his age, which is our age.
Right.
That he really wanted this thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like it was.
Congratulations to him. That's great.
It almost looked like to the other guy. The guy's like, okay. Like he just shook his hand and like sat down like that guy's crying. That's right. But it was, pretty...
It's good to see something mean something to a person who's already done almost everything else.
Yeah.
Like that's meant something to
it's
them.
The opposite of men's basketball.
Right, exactly, yeah, because like they don't really care at all, bro. They don't give a shit.
They don't care that much.
They don't give a and there was a potential for an upset, wasn't it? When they're playing against South Sudan.
Yep.
Man, that would have been insane if they carried that out.
LeBron had to pull it out, and it's so disrespectful. South Sudan, the next game they played the national anthem for regular Sudan.
Oh no! Yeah, I saw that.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, those guys, they look like they're just in training camp. That being said, I mean, like another thing about like what's amazing is like Steph Curry in his shooting. There was another one where he just launches it up before it goes in, and he's like, "Ba-bang!"
It's very interesting.
He knows it's going in.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, bro,
it's crazy.
Yeah, like it's like he knows it's going in before the ball left his hands.
Yeah.
Even
he's a witch. He's a witch. He's the guy that like all my friends that are like we have some listeners to the podcast that are female, and also like my wife's friends. That's the stuff they send me because they're like, he's a boy, he'll like this.
You're right.
And I was like, yep, I like this. And yeah, Steph Curry he's a witch.
It's ridiculous.
You don't even have to understand anything. You could be like an immigrant and you're like watching it for the first time. You're like, is he supposed to turn around? That's crazy, right? Like,
The
you don't have to know
level of
anything.
confidence is insane, dude. right?
You saw somebody throw it away from far away and then just walk away. You're like, what is happening?
That's got to be a little demoralizing if you're on the other team, especially if it's like a dagger. Like we needed a stop.
Yeah.
We needed a stop. This one needs a stop, and he just runs it through your heart.
It's a weird
and he
flex.
walks away.
It's a weird flex in any like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, like the greats before him. Like nobody could do that or wanted to do that. But it's just so funny that it doesn't even look cocky because he does it when he's
when
like,
he knows he's going
it's
in.
automatic.
Yeah.
So it's, man. Yeah. But I watched a bit of that. I saw the shooting. That was funny. Did you see the Turkish guy?
I'm experiencing the Olympics via
reels
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't really know. You know, we boycott various things because we feel like we're contributing.
Sure.
And I'm not technically boycotting the Olympics.
Right.
But I just don't have enough time.
Right.
And then, some people said that it would be good if we don't watch because, like France won't let our Muslim sisters wear a hijab.
IPTV box anyways.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah.
Right. No, I know. I'm like, all right, I guess this is easy for me to not contribute to. So I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the Turkish guy who, he just like strolled off the street, bro.
Oh, he just put his hand in his pajamas. I'm like, are those pajamas? Just like one hand in the pajama?
Yeah.
Everybody else is RoboCop.
Right.
They've got they're having Minority Report happen. And this guy's just sitting there with earplugs in. I saw one dude. Some of these people have different setups. Right. Is the funny part.
Yeah.
So the Asian lady had like one thing she could see here.
Right. And then a flap that covers the other eye.
Right.
And then, and she was wearing some really nice, like tech urban wear situation.
Right.
They look great.
They look like those horses with the blinders at some point. So I'm just going to ride off real quickly.
Right. And the Turkish guy with regular glasses. Like,
yeah,
he needs a prescription to see.
Right. It's not even like anti-glare glasses. It's just, he's just there.
No, I need these to see.
Yeah.
He puts his hand in his pocket, raises his gun, and be like,
no,
and he
nothing.
has not even his stance.
Yeah.
Also doesn't look like, because there's other, like some guy like, or girl, I don't know, the stance was like really like shoulder in, like you're boxing, so like puts her chin against the shoulder a little bit. There's another guy who's like leaning back, like overly back to arch, for him to be able to shoot. And this guy looks like he's just like, all right, target there, shoulder square, aim, fire.
Hand in pocket, dude. The hand in pocket made it for me. It's just like, okay. It's like the hand in pocket. It's just like, it's not even full alert. Like, you got a gun in your hand. Get your hand out of your pocket. There's a gun in your hand.
Yeah.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
Yeah.
That should be number one. If your gun is in your hand, get your hand out of your pocket. It's like, no, I'm cool.
Imagine the disrespect of him, like getting into a shootout in the street.
Yeah,
he's like, you know what?
Dude,
hey, man, I need you to take this seriously a little bit.
We're lucky there's no duels. That guy would be just,
oh my god,
he'd be running.
He would be the Musashi of duels.
He would be the Achilles.
Apparently, he's been doing this for a while. 2011, he competed as well. Back in 2011.
You know what? Some sports you don't have a athletic prime. Being still possibly being one of them. Am I wrong?
I mean, also aiming. But I guess being still is part of being like aiming.
We spent the last 4 minutes pumping this guy up.
Right.
Can we talk about this sport for a second?
Right. The shooting, yes.
Most of it is, and obviously neither one of us.
Right.
We're Muslim. We're too Muslim.
Yeah.
And we're in Canada. We're not getting guns and practicing shooting for fun. But this is a pretty simple sport. Am I wrong? Like,
I mean, I want to get my gun license.
Yeah. It's just how still can you be? Control your breath and.
I mean, could he also have been a surgeon?
Could is he a surgeon? He's not making money off of shooting people. Right? This is not a well-paying.
Yeah, I wonder what else he's doing.
He's doing something else.
Right. If gymnasts need to like have extra jobs for them to keep going.
Right.
A guy who just strolls up and then shoots a target and walks away, surely he has 2 other jobs.
Surely he's an assassin and it's not on the books. I bet you if you look there, he's just like, no, he's just a teacher.
Yeah.
It's just a cell waiting to be awoken, like Jason Bourne
He's
style.
a Manchurian. He's a Manchurian candidate. He's just waiting for the code to be said before he can go off.
I forgot the second Jason Bourne movie. I think they were in Egypt or Turkey. And they were like, raise the asset. And they're like some Muslim name. I was just like, Yusuf. And just wait. It looks like it. Dude, that guy looks like he just wake up and shout out to that guy. Yusuf.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Yeah.
I've seen some of that. I saw Coco Gauff lose, unfortunately. Big fan of hers. She supports Palestine. That's still how I do most of my.
A lot of our calculus is the same way, bro. One of the funnest videos I've seen coming out of the Olympics was it was a reporter that was in you've seen this, was interviewing some fan. And they were giving him, and they were asking him his opinion about a soccer team, about a soccer game, right? Yeah. And so this white kid, he's just answering the question based on around soccer, right?
Mali versus Israel,
right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, at first Israel did well, but I think that Mali is doing much better now, and they're going to win, or they're going to destroy Israel, right? Something along the lines of that.
He didn't say that.
While he's saying,
you can't say you're going to destroy Israel in any format, brother. But yeah,
right. And then while he's being quizzed about the soccer game, right, two Zionists behind them are like, "No politics here."
Yeah,
bro. He's just talking about soccer. Yeah. Then they keep interrupting him, and he keeps saying that no, just talking about soccer, right? And then he reassures them, and they just kept on pestering him to the point where the guy's like, you know what? Free Palestine, baby. And he pulls out his horn.
Yeah.
Like,
I could tell for that guy, he was already like 7. He's like, I wish they would. I got 7 seconds in me of patience. Also, they were like assholes.
They were assholes, dude. Yeah. Just leave him alone. He wasn't saying anything. He was just talking about the soccer game. It just goes to show. Like, that was a microcosm of like how unprovoked it was to cause you not to like them.
Well, it's also like one of those things where some people feel like they're fully justified to be like, don't say anything political.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, people are dying.
Also, I don't really understand the whole, like, this overall concept about, like, sports shouldn't have politics. Right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I don't like that. At first, in the beginning, when I was first new to thinking about things like that, I'm like, yeah, let's just play football. Right? And then I'm like, dude, everything is politics.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All of it is politics. And the thing is that if it was a politics that you would agree on, you would be crying.
Right.
You'd be like, no, I support this completely. It's amazing, whatnot. Yeah. So the people who decry bringing politics into any type of sport, they're just upset about what the politic is.
100%.
That's all there is. It's nothing to do with the fact that, like, it doesn't have a space in the sport.
Yeah. Bro, that goes with almost anything, any sort of protest.
Yeah.
Right? It's at some point, you are like, can you shut the highway off?
Yeah.
It really matters if you care about what they're talking about or not. Because normally we would be like, no.
Yeah. No, right? I think I'm against highway shutdown in almost every circumstance.
Yeah. See, that's your line. It's the highway. And that's fair. Like, I get it. But it's just like, it is... You figure out, oh, that's what it is. Like that's where somebody is with this issue, is that they're on the highway.
That's true. But there is something to be said of how you do it in an effort for you to gain the most amount of support. Yeah, and because the thing is that, like, there's sometimes there's a goal of awareness, and sometimes there's a goal of, like, awareness plus support. You want people to help you into this cause.
Right.
And I don't know where that line lies, but, like, it definitely... Yeah. Like, I'm okay with you nailing through the anthem. I just, like, the highway doesn't make any sense to me.
It's different for some people. It's literally setting themselves
on fire.
Like, it's just
but he didn't block a highway though.
I know, but what if he did? Would that be a different conversation? It's like, you know what? I support what he did, but not where he did it. Which is fair.
Block only one lane.
Sorry. Do it on the shoulder. I know it'll slow us down enough.
Right? I'm okay with that.
You're wrong. But no, I agree. I know what you mean. Actually, the highway thing, I understand. I understand, and I don't understand all of it all at once because, like, if it's something that I would forget. You do whatever you need to do.
The thing is that, like, if it mattered to you to get to where you needed to go, and then this was the only lasting, like, this was your first engagement with whatever the thing is, whatever the protest is, it would hurt your heart in a way that would be different, depending on why you needed to get to the place you need to get.
Totally.
Right? Because, like, if I'm just going to a dinner with my friends and then Palestine supporters stop the thing, I just get out and be like, free Palestine too. But, like, the thing is that, like, not everyone's got other things. They'd be like, people, like, how many times have you been in a rush and you needed to get this one thing done? Right. And imagine 200 people. Out of 200 people, there's plenty of people that need
so
something.
At the same time you're that guy, at the same time you're the guy whose, let's say, mom was killed by the police, right? That's the thing, is that it's such a hard line, whatever the line is. And I agree, most of the time You understand the line, you pick a position or whatever.
See,
but it's like now you understand that like the thing that happens sometimes is so brutal and so constant and so easy for you to turn off sometimes too.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I've never felt like somebody should be blocking the highway. But
no, I don't think so.
also,
you know, there's other places in traffic in which you could block as well. I feel like, you know, like, you know, if you're in like in the city, like in front of City Hall, and you're protesting in front of that, and you're blocking traffic, people can't get around in the area. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Major arteries of like highways or whatnot, people are just trying to go about their business, my friend. You can't be doing that. Like I'm pretty much a hardliner with regards to that. But I think I had something funny I wanted to say, but
interesting.
It is what it is.
I was like, you were gonna keep something funny in here.
Yeah, I was gonna throw something funny in there, but anyway, nonetheless, I feel like where was I? Protest. Right. Oh yeah, the Olympics, bro. It's the most political. The Olympics, you bring every country involved, right? You're representing countries, so you have to expect there's gonna be some politics involved.
Oh, of course.
Come on now. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just like it's just a form of control when people don't want to talk about politics.
Yeah, they just don't want to talk about it. They just don't like you. They don't like you. They don't like the thing that you're bringing up. And so they say that, hey, we just want to play football.
Yeah.
We just want to play football.
Right.
Why are you bringing this shit over here? Don't make no sense. Formula One has this, every time, it seems that oftentimes when they race in an Arab country, right? The reporters and the podcasters and everyone who makes media around Formula One, they feel the need for them to slip in somehow human rights violation of the place.
Right.
They always need to, they almost feel like they got to preface it so that they can, like, you know, I'm not racist.
Right.
So it'd be like, we're here in Dubai. There's a lot of, you know, there's human rights concerns over here. And then whatever, they kind of throw it in.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you race in England.
I know.
Right?
I mean, honestly, seriously, that's the problem.
Right? I'm like, if you were to go to every country and then point out the one negative and then say like, but also the hospitality is great.
I think that's what they should do.
I'm okay with that. But like, you can't come to Saudi.
Right.
And then talk about the human rights violations that happens in Saudi.
Right.
And then in like good conscience be in any British like territory.
It's true.
And then not say like how you pillaged trillions of dollars.
I think you got to start there. I'd be like, okay, first off, I'm Australian and we have this thing where we don't educate or keep them with healthcare. Secondly, what's up with this human rights record here? You should have to be able to acknowledge yours first.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I don't want to hear
at least one major thing that your country did fucked up.
Right. You go to United States, right? Oh, it's totally okay. Everything's free over there and whatnot.
Right.
Like the amount of illegal wars, millions of people dead,
people in prison, you know, friggin' profit for medicine, just educational systems that are meant to keep people down, taxation systems, all of that. I think you should be able to pick one thing before you say
foreign policy.
Yeah.
Foreign policy. How many millions of people have? How many millions of citizens of innocent bystanders has your country killed that year?
Yeah,
say that first.
Right.
But like they come to Dubai or Qatar and then they talk about how you know the LGBT community is really oppressed over here and whatever. I'm like, bro, this is not an honest situation. You come over here and then after you constantly feel like you have to like preamble the badness of the country. Do it in yours first, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
Do it in yours. When you go to Silverstone and when you're in the pride of the British.
Right.
I want to hear some shit.
The British stuff is the weirdest though, because it's so like blatant and like well documented.
Yeah.
That's all.
Also, like they affected everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Dude, the worst.
Over cups of tea. Like there's massacres and genocides that has occurred.
I was looking at this day before. I was sitting down with ChatGPT just looking at like what places were colonized for what product.
Yeah.
And Sri Lanka just ruined over cinnamon.
Damn.
Like sometimes you're cursed for having like cobalt in the Congo.
Yeah.
It's
then rubber in another African country.
Yeah, man.
And the trees and there was like wars that were just about rubber.
Dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like in Mauritius, you just got sugarcane and that's it. And sugarcane is pretty, you know, it's useful, but it's not like let's kill them.
I mean,
all
but there was
useful.
no one there before. Like
That's
if there was
also
a lot
super
of
weird, but
if
yeah.
there was a lot of black people that were cultivating sugar, and then the British found out about it, they would have came in and killed a bunch of people for the sugar. It's just different.
It's so weird that I was looking at different types of histories, and nobody's been able to just kind of stay in Mauritius. Like people came and went constantly, but it wasn't like okay, anything took a stronghold. Very interesting.
I mean, I would say that the French and the British were the strongest of the. We still have their cannons.
But that's still very like recent.
Yeah.
You would think.
It's very transient. The thing is that it's also very small. So like how much resources you want to spend on then protecting this one little place where you have much bigger places with bigger like resources.
There's a island, I think off of Hawaii, that's like an island. It's a big island. Like hundreds of people can live on it. And it's just bought by like one family that bought it way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe that would have been, I don't know how big Mauritius is, but you can't have just one family own it, can you?
No, it's a little bit too big for that.
Okay.
It's a little bit,
Sorry.
It's a little too big for that.
No, it has a volcano. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe two. Who knows? Is it one?
One.
One big one.
Yeah, one big
What's it called?
Tuosef.
Whoa. Dosif?
Tuosef.
Okay.
Right.
Tuosef.
It's like the hole of the deer, I guess.
The hole of the deer?
It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good in English, but like, Tuosef, I mean, it makes sense in Creole, French, whatever. My mechanic is there currently right now.
Nice.
Yeah. He's talking to a lady's parents.
Oh, snaps.
They met over here, and then he's flown over there so that he can not like get permission, but meet the family type of situation. Formalize things, yeah. So he's over there.
That's good for him,
right.
Man. Mashallah.
So he's Trini.
Right.
Or Guyanese. Man, I get that wrong.
Get that right.
Yeah, I get that wrong often. I'm pretty sure it's
sorry, island folks.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
And then he went. So he went over there, and like I wish I had the money, because like he's a guy he has never been to Mauritius. I wish I was the guy. Like I could just drop and be like, yeah, I'll come with you.
I'll come with you.
Right? Just hang out, rent a car, show him the stuff, whatever. Man, I would love having that level of like, how do we say, freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, or him having the money to take you.
I mean that too, right?
Yeah.
That would be great too.
Yasin, I need somebody to show me around. I don't want to.
Guide.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I'll come with you.
Man. Because once when you're there, you can make do with very little money.
That's fantastic.
Right? So also because I have family there. So it's like it's not like it's gonna be an issue for me.
Right.
It's just a ticket, damn it, brother.
Yeah. That's same thing with my hair transplant.
Yeah.
No,
Turkey that expensive to get in to go?
No, it costs money to get there. I've used up a lot of points.
I see.
Yeah.
Still on the docket though.
Oh yeah, Alhamdulillah. I said this morning looking at it, and I was like, okay, you got a little bit more time left. I can still make it happen, but you have the facade of a hairstyle.
Do you feel like it's slowing the loss is slowing down? Like you found like some sort of plateau?
It's falling out faster than ever. In the last 8 months, 9 months. Yeah, I would say I'm like peak decline the 8-9 months. Like this is the year where I've had the biggest decline in multiple areas that I keep track of.
Okay.
For human health.
Okay.
In terms of like how fast I can go from 0 to 25 floors of stairs, flat out running time, holding my breath time.
Yeah. It's
recovery from not getting enough
the
sleep.
Report card is not looking good.
It's so cool, but it's very like cool to see. But it's also like my son is sucking the life out of me.
Right.
Like literally. Yeah. There are times where he'll wake up a little bit and I'm like, all right, I'll get up. And I know like he's just sucking my like
life force.
Like directly. Yeah. If I slept half an hour more, I would be that much healthier.
Right.
But now I know I'm like, oh, it's like last week averaged less than 5.5 hours. Like
damn,
it's just
dude.
Yeah. And then you have weird insomnia kind of stuff. And then you're like looking up on ChatGPT what a jinn is.
I mean, don't go to First of all, ChatGPT is owned by a Zionist. Don't go there for some answers.
The jinn stuff is it's neutral on. Trust me, I play around with this thing constantly to see where its political leanings are.
Right.
But then the jinn stuff is pretty. It doesn't have a.
It doesn't have a bias.
It doesn't have a bias.
It doesn't have a Zionist bias. I don't know what Zionist bias you could have for jinn, but.
Oh, dude, it's also like it'll tell you what the equivalent of a jinn is in this religion and that religion and that religion. But the jinn stuff is extremely fascinating. Like you wouldn't even think it's it's boggling that it's not taught to you is how fascinating it is.
Yeah.
Like there's 4 kinds in our religion. Did you know that?
There's 4 kinds.
There's 4 kinds, and they have different names.
Okay.
And they have different attributes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and are righteous.
Yeah.
And others...
Yeah, they're no good. They're
no good.
That I know.
And they're going to be judged on Judgment Day.
Yeah. Just same like us, yeah.
Same like us.
Yeah,
because they have free will.
Yeah.
And they're from like a slightly different dimension.
Yes.
From what I can understand.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily from a whole different place.
No. They operate, for best of my knowledge, they operate in a dimension that's shared with us.
And some of them can shapeshift.
Yes.
And possibly look like things or people.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Or even
Animals.
almost become invisible.
That's why if you get a snake in the house, you don't kill it right off the bat.
Right. And sometimes they
read
dwell...
a dua first, and then after, if it stays, you're like, well, it's time to kill you. But if it goes away, you're good to go.
And sometimes they dwell in like caves.
Yes.
And abandoned places.
And in like holes as well. So you can't throw boiling water into a hole, for
Possibly,
example.
yeah. I mean, that's one of many things you shouldn't do. But like, I agree. If this could be... So it's just like,
Yeah, you need to have some awareness of jinn. You can't you can't just leave your food out during
also, it's prescribed that don't seek refuge with the jinns. Like, even if people get into fights with peoples, don't side with the jinn if the jinn can protect you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Because,
Also, why are you doing that? Like, if you believe in God and jinn, just ask God for help.
So sometimes, this is what I see, like, even with Native American tribes, right? Sometimes they're like, I hate this other Native American tribe, and then the white man comes, they're like, let me partner up with that person to get them. See, that's how, No matter who your oppressor is, don't side with the jinns.
Are you saying white people are jinns?
I'm just saying, sometimes you'll go with something that's completely unlike you because you hate your kind so much.
Yeah, well, that's how the Ottomans lost a lot of
That's what I'm saying, dude. That is what I'm saying.
Also, okay, here's the thing: the Ottomans lost a lot of stuff as a result of.
Don't change the subject.
Okay.
All right, that's not going to be half as interesting as this. Right?
No, also because I'm not comfortable with speaking about jinn.
You know what?
I'm
good to move on.
Yeah.
But also aliens.
I mean, I'm still kind of in the middle.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's very interesting.
You should listen to a book because I know you don't read.
You don't have to say that.
No, sorry, brother. No, I meant to say like I guess that sounded like it was like somewhat Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary?
You definitely should listen to the book. But because it's an exclusive on Audible.
Okay.
But I'm sure you can find it other ways. But as far as like if you're going to talk about space and aliens and whatever, dude, that book is fantastic.
Project Hail Mary,
so good.
Okay.
You
know what? Let me do a book.
Yeah,
I can do a book.
Yeah.
I have enough downtime to enjoy a book. Jeez,
this would be enjoyable.
Yeah,
this would be fun.
Cool.
It's the guy who wrote The Martian, which was also a fantastic movie. And this so Project Hail Mary also got picked up for movie development.
Oh, nice.
So that's gonna be probably, I think it's Ryan Gosling.
I like Ryan Gosling, man.
I think it might be him.
Yeah, one of the few likable ones left.
Yeah,
it's gone down. The ones how many I used to like.
It's because Ryan Gosling doesn't have an Instagram account where he's telling you what he thinks about stuff.
We don't know shit about Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. First of all, we shouldn't care about their opinion about various things. It don't matter.
I know.
And then on top of which, I don't want to know.
Yeah, most of the time I don't want to know.
Right? Because when I find out, I'm like, oh, now I like you less.
You know what? Sometimes the weird thing is I don't care about the issue for whatever reason. Let's say that's my problem, right? Yeah. And somebody telling me about their stance on that issue will sour me to both things. While, in fact, it may not be even right for me to have that stance. Really, truly, right?
Yeah.
It's a complicated world. It used to be so much easier. You're like, a movie comes out, you know the guy, you watch Anil Kapoor, you have a good time. Nobody knew what any of those Indian actors stood for, and you watch Govinda all day.
Right.
But now it's just like, you know.
Anil Kapoor is dead, right?
No, man, he's alive.
Damn.
Yeah, he's alive.
Who's the one who passed away? He was in the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, yeah. That guy is dead.
I like that guy. That guy was good.
Yeah, I gotta get his name just because I'm out of the two of us. I'm the brown one from you're the from Mauritius.
You're the more official.
Now I'm like googling Jurassic Park dead dude.
In the meantime, I'm gonna pull up. 1 second.
Man, I'm literally googling Jurassic Park dead brown guy.
I'm gonna sign in real quick. I gotta
Jeffrey Brown. Nope.
His name is definitely not that.
I'm gonna type in Indian. Irfan Ali Khan.
That's his name?
Yeah, Irfan Khan. It sounds like somebody we know, right?
Yeah, it really does.
But yeah.
All right.
Anil Kapoor is like from Slumdog Millionaire, but he's like, very
that guy.
long-standing Indian
the
actor.
wonderful mustache.
With the wonderful mustache, yeah. He's been acting. He's been like starring in stuff since the 80s.
Yeah, he's been around.
Now he comes out as a dad every now and then. Good for him.
Yeah, this is the natural transition of...
As it should be. Some of these guys just stay leading actor.
You can be a leading actor, but be a father figure.
Yeah, but they want to get the...
That is not what I wanted to hit. Hold on.
What do we got today, Yasin?
All right. I'm not too sure, but let's have a look and see what we got.
I remember that. That was a lot of fun. This was fun as well.
Yeah. Okay. Mike Tyson. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, Mike Tyson press conference.
Hey, you should yell out, get him a straitjacket. To Mike? No way. Come on, dude. It'll be funny. Plus, it's super loud in here. No one's gonna hear you. Don't be a pussy, man. Fuck it. Nice, dude.
Put your mother in a straitjacket, you punk-ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you, you punk white boy, you can't touch me. You're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch.
How's he gonna eat my ass?
Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face, fuck you, ass for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You're scared coward. You're not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me.
Oh, man.
Hey, you should yell.
Great clip. All around.
Bro, like, Tyson is very close to his nuclear button at all times. I mean, that's an old version of Tyson.
Yeah.
But that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Also,
who has the balls to say that?
Also, I think that he might be the only guy who can say all of those things, and you still think that Tyson's straight. Like, it doesn't enter the equation where you're like,
yeah. That's also a man that got when he would walk out to fight people, he would get a boner.
Mm-hmm.
He told Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He was like, Joe Rogan, what is that? And Joe was like, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
I've been commentating for 25 years. Yeah. I've never heard this
I've
before.
talked to fighters all day in, day out. Never heard that before. That's Mike Tyson, man.
That's Mike Tyson.
That's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He would have killed Achilles.
Bro, that other clip is amazing.
Which one?
No, I gotta bring that to you. It's exactly what you just said, but hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Because the way how he answers the question.
Man, Mike Tyson. Great name. Mike Tyson. Iron Mike. Homeless when I was 12, living between buildings.
Living in walls.
Living in walls. Got adopted by a hypnotist who was a boxing coach.
Okay, so this is Mike Tyson on his podcast. Is Hot Boxing with Mike or something like this, right? Okay, hold on. I need to get an actual mouse over here. This is
who's that? Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia.
Oh,
so Ryan Garcia is the guest on this thing, and here we go.
If there was anybody you would ever want to fight in history, who would that be?
Achilles.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was going to be a boxer.
Oh, my God.
That's so funny. I didn't know you said
you didn't know he said that?
I didn't know he said that.
I thought that's why you brought it up.
No, no, I did not see that. That's hilarious.
If there was anybody you would ever want to fight in history, who would that be?
Achilles.
Oh.
Oh, that's so gangster.
I thought it was going to be a boxer.
So why Achilles?
He's the greatest warrior ever.
Yeah.
Fight somebody when that's the guy you want to fight.
That's the true test.
Yeah. When this is over, I'm going to go to Greece and visit his tomb.
Yeah. So the thing we were saying is this guy was adopted at 12, living inside walls.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Like, that's the story you kind of need.
Yeah.
And yeah, that guy, I'd love to see him fight friggin'.
Bro.
Do you know Hector? Achilles' guy that Achilles eventually killed?
No.
So these things apparently happened.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. Like, I guess, right?
Right. Yeah.
So Hector, I forgot which his people, but he was the best warrior from that side.
Mm-hmm.
And Achilles was so mad while killing him, he desecrated his body while both sides were pretty disappointed with him.
Oh.
Because he was so mad, somebody had killed Achilles' best friend.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty crazy stuff, man. I don't know how he desecrated his body, though.
Right.
Apparently
just
kept cutting it open.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. See, the thing is that I feel like there's levels to it. There's different breeds, right? Tyson is one of the very few because he has to be some level of learned for him to know about the story of Achilles and what his story is. Right. And then at some point have that, because like in the actual clip, he actually pauses to consider the question and then answers that one. And it seemed like it was very honest. Jeez. Can you imagine what type of person you need to be where you're like, if I had a chance, I would want to fight him?
Yeah. He was on a podcast talking about what he would think about before he would go out. And while he was like with the robe on, and he's like, all I would think about is who am I going to go fight? And I would imagine the armies or the greatest warriors of different empires. Yeah. So you could tell like that answer for him, like he thought about it. Yeah. And it wasn't going to be like, Holyfield or some shit. No. That's freaking fantastic. That's what you want to hear from like an old ass warrior. He's like, again.
Damn, bro.
The moon. Bring me the moon.
Also, his walkout music was just like a one note.
Oh, really? That's so scary. That's so maniacal.
I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Sound is deafening here.
No, it's music. Yeah, it's some scary shit.
It was about 4 o'clock in the morning one morning. We're in a place called
Yeah, it's bass reverberating back and forth. With the drums in the back.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude.
Kevin Rooney in his corner.
That would be cool if your walkout music is just bass maxed out, where everybody's heart feels like it's vibrating. That's your walkout music?
It really is. All right, I guess we're still unboxing. Let's see what this one was.
Okay, you only have to be strong for 18 minutes. Okay? This is gonna last 18 minutes, it's gonna be over with. But what you do here is gonna last forever. It's gonna be your history. It's gonna be your family's history. It's gonna be your reputation. Can you be strong for 18 minutes? Can you be strong? Okay. Yes. All right.
Damn, bro.
Teddy Atlas.
Now listen to me. You believe in magic? Magic. Sometimes we can bring people that left us back.
The translator's like, bro, what do you want me to do here?
Bring your father back tonight. You know why? Because they're gonna talk about his son, the new world champion. And when they talk about him, they're gonna be thinking about his father.
Jeez, Teddy. Yo. Damn, Teddy. Whoa, what a hard task as a translator, though, right? You're sitting there, you're like, I gotta get this right.
He's trying to match this energy. It's insane.
We're gonna bring back your dad. Okay.
Ooh, that made my eyes water, dude.
So here's two things. One, totally made my eyes water. Imagine being the boxer being like, I need some technical advice here, guys. I think I'm slipping a little wrong, and he's tying me on the jab. Listen, it's not that. Look at me. Tell him to look at me.
Yeah, that's true. But that being said, I'm hoping the first part of the corner is him telling him exactly what to do, and because he's one of the greatest.
Oh,
right? yeah. Teddy Atlas, one of the greatest.
One of the greatest, man.
Dude, he's got multiple examples of like corner hype speeches.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. It's not the same version. It's not like he's gonna do the same stuff, like the same bit to another guy.
That would be so funny to watch. Oh, he's pulling out the Ontario Gotti.
You know, he's got different ones for different. Obviously, the most popular one was, "We're not afraid of fire."
Yeah.
Right. that one. Hey man, what
a good one.
We're already on it. Let's for the people who are listening. Let's listen to Freddie Atlas, "Fire."
We're firemen. I'm like, we're firemen.
42. Here we go.
15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Listen, your concentration's weaving a little bit. Pick it up. Pick it up. Okay.
Don't pull them straight out. Bend your knees and be strong on the inside and go around them. Let's control the outside. Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. Okay. We are firemen. Got it, Coach. The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat. Yeah, let's go. It tells us that we're ready. We're at home. We're where we're supposed to be. Flames don't intimidate us. What do? We control the flames. We control them. We move the flames where we want to.
Oh, man.
And then we extinguish them. Let's go.
Man, if you don't win that round after that's being said to you,
yeah. What is it going to take?
That was it.
I know.
That's it. He turns out he won, by the way.
Dude, yeah, we had that situation where like Hamid was like, guys, this is our last. We got to win this game. This is our play like it's your last at bat. Let's do this. You guys, everybody, bismillah, bismillah. And the game, halfway through, two of the guys came to me. He's like, hey, I don't like that pressure when they're like, it's the last game. And I was just like, you guys are like, well, you guys are just, what do you want him to say? Right. Hey, guys, it's okay. Have fun. Like, what do you want him to say? It was weird. I didn't know what to say to them because I get it. No, because they're shit. Yeah. Sorry, but I was like, what do you want the captain to say,
bro? The thing is that like if you're in a competitive endeavor, right? Even if you decided that you wanted to hang out with some Muslim brothers or whatnot, you're in a competitive endeavor.
Yeah.
If Hamid came to you and you were smoking shisha and eating dinner, and he's like, "This is the last lungs we've got," then you'd be like, "Hey, man, this seems like it's out of place."
I know,
but we're playing a sport.
It's true.
So the object of the game is always to win.
Yeah. And like the person at the top is gonna ask that of you, whether that's your captain or your best player. Hamid would literally message me like, "Hey, I need you to actually come in ready because we're really gonna need you." And he'd be like, "But like, I don't know. Yeah, some people are like, this is a lot of pressure."
Right.
I guess it seemed like it was our last at bat or something.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man.
Also, here's the deal, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that you don't get ostracized if you don't do well. So, for example, if these two guys who are like, I don't like the pressure, and if they like missed out or whatnot, it's not like they're gonna be jeered or like insulted and not invited to the like the banquet or whatever. Yeah. Like there is so little stakes for them doing shit that you should just be like, he's trying to motivate me. Let's try to do our best. Right? It's like, what pressure, brother?
I wouldn't even have the balls to say that I felt pressure, let alone say it to other people.
That's the thing. What are you gonna do? Like he's asking you to regulate Hamid. Yeah. He's your friend. You talk to him. Tell him what we want. Let's win less.
Imagine if this guy went is like, you know what? It's really. I would get it with the Russian guy. It's very confusing about my father. I was thinking about my father the whole time I was boxing after. It's very confused.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
That would make sense. Yeah,
but yeah, it is a weird thing to try to hype somebody else up. Like you got to get right with them.
Yeah,
like this was fantastic, right?
Yeah,
we were all there with them.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, some people it's like you don't know what hypes people up.
Also, Hamid is not the type of guy to like. You know how it is, right? A coach tries to hype you up, and then if you don't do well, they make you feel like absolute shit afterwards.
Sure.
Like Hamid's not doing that afterwards. Like he's not gonna be like, "Well, you suck. I told you." Like he's not gonna do that. So, bro, enjoy a little bit of pressure in your life.
People, well, you know
take
what?
a swing.
If you suck at any, like you had a bad showing, you're gonna be like,
it hurts.
You know what?
It's not.
I didn't like that pep talk. Sometimes, sometimes you don't know.
No, I understand.
We firemen. Tell me, my kids had Hassan. We're firemen.
He's like, yeah, I want to be a fireman.
He's so happy. We are firemen. Are we good, or you want to keep going?
Hold on. I mean, we're done, but like, let me.
You are your parents' only hope. I don't know who is Hope. Your Hope. Wait. This is the reason why your parents named you Hope. It's because they lost like 2 kids. And you were the last born before you. And now it's like everywhere you go, in South Africa, your nickname is Baby.
Baby,
I got broads in the lemon. She took me in the family.
What is this?
He's leaving.
Legacies, family.
You are your parents.
Bro. I would love to be in this church.
Dude, if every church sermon ended that way, wouldn't you go just for I gotta catch the ending, bro. I don't really care about the hymns. I just gotta catch the ending. It's gonna be a mic drop.
Not only did he drop a mic and he walked out, where did the 2 other guys come from? Right? Like flanking him, making it look 10 times cooler.
If it legitimately had that hip hop music, this is my church. We go to Isna on Fridays, and then Sundays you gotta catch the ending of.
Oh my god, dude! So I think it was like he was saying stuff that was actually true about the lady, and Like he was just locked in that he knew everything.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it again because it's one of my favorite clips.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Parents only Hope. I don't know who is Hope. I'm Hope. You're Hope. Wait. This is the reason why your parents named you Hope. It's because they lost like 2 kids. And you're the last born before you. And now it's like everywhere you go, yeah, in South Africa, your nickname is Baby. Baby,
I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean, the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the van. Legacy. She's crying. I can see them like a pan.
You are your...
So funny. Dude, we should, there's probably like entire compilations of this we should watch.
Right? Yes, they must. Yeah. They must be African church compilations,
bro.
I mean, sermon over, bro. The guy's already in his car.
I'm waiting for anybody leading a sermon of any sort to eventually do this kind of stuff, where you're like a magician performer. Like they're, in Texas it was a thing. They're like, they come out of like a curtain and stuff.
Really? Eh?
There was one that came like on.
Oh my God, Wires.
On Wires. You want to Google sermon guy on Wires? What is that?
Okay, last
preacher on Wires.
Yeah.
Preacher entrance on Wires. Play it. Bruh.
He's being called the Flying Pastor.
Bruh, it's coming in.
Look at him go. Pastor Bartholomew Orr says his church in Mississippi has been using the flying equipment for several years.
You can have your
for
feet.
Christmas services.
Right.
We actually have a company that comes in, installs it.
Yeah, like a normal person.
Just to make sure that everything is
and your
safe.
buddies come
So
get
the
you.
pastor figured it was time to give it a go himself.
Jesus Christ is on his way back.
It started a little jerky, but he quickly got the hang of it.
Actually, I wasn't nervous. They kind of creeped me in.
Bro,
so,
as if I go to a khutbah,
zoomed
right?
in.
Oh my
The
God, my
pastor
face.
has been mocked by
And the dude
some
starts
who
float-
call him
hold on.
a Beyonce wannabe. The pastor says the proof is in the pews.
I think more
What?
young people left Sunday
The
morning
proof
probably
is in the
talking about my
pews.
sermon than they did in a while.
Are you ready for his return? Amen.
Bro, oh my God. Dude, if he falls, they would just be like, yeah, God didn't want him up there.
They didn't want him up
I mean,
there, yeah.
I kind of might have done that with my mind, is how bad I want him to fall. Bro, mashallah. I would hate to be donating to a thing and that kind of stuff happening. I'd be like,
That is true, though, right? That rig must be at least like $15,000, $10,000 to be
The
installed
guys
in all the equipment.
floated in on a wedgie talking about the Bible. Man, I'd be so... SubhanAllah. It's so funny that he comes on with a straight face.
Right, and he's explaining it earnestly.
Yeah, it's like people actually are enjoying it. Before this, they would not pay attention. But ever since I fly over them at 40 feet and anything can happen, you can see people come out because they're like, is he going to fall?
That's basically it. You're just watching it with the hope that there'll be something that goes wrong.
Yeah.
All right, people, that's been episode 455. Thank you for hanging with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.
Crash and flow.